Bark, 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 bark. Soup dog's barking. Is it live? It's starting. Okay. Well, it's been a whole month since I quit Second Life. At least it feels like a whole month. I thought, I don't know, after quitting Second Life, I sold off all my land and I started closing junk down. And I found myself sitting here at my desk watching TV all day or sleeping, which was nice. I gotten the swing of sleeping. But I gotta create something. I just can't not create. It's all I've been doing. So now that I don't have Second Life, hey Sabrina, I decided to take up some other projects. So I'm wiggling my butt into what's it called? VROID, VROID. I don't know how to pronounce this. VROID. And I wanted to try doing Blender for real. I mean, I've only ever done Second Life Blender. You know, all the stuff I taught you. Blender to use only within Second Life. But I always wanted to make movies. Like before I started creating, back in the day, I used to make Second Life machinima. And I'm like, well, that was my passion. How about trying it for real? Like, let's make a real 3D movie and stuff like that. But I can't really model for butts. And I wanted to do anime style because I have, like, it's a little embarrassing to say, but I used to write a whole bunch of Pokemon fan fiction, and I had like a whole novel of my Pokemon adventure, and that started way back in Diamond and Pearl almost 12 years ago, and it's just kind of been an ongoing story. So I thought, now that I'm all retired and junk, why not work on that? So I'm using VROID to build my characters. Hey Zoe, I'm using that to make my characters, and I want to try to animate them and stuff because I learned a lot from Second Life. I just don't know how to apply it to this really. So I was experimenting with the skeleton for a bit. I have so many projects. I managed to make my character in here, and you see the skeleton, doesn't it look familiar? I managed to slide her on over to the Second Life skeleton because the default skeleton is just that, like, oh, thank you. No problem. Oh, yeah, the basic skeleton, the VROID skeleton, is just a basic skeleton. It's got, arms, legs, torso, head, and not one, but two boob bones, which was impressive. I've only ever seen one boob bone in models, but two? That was fun. But it didn't have things like wings or tails and hind legs. I'm kind of spoiled by Second Life with that. So I just transferred the model over to Second Life skeleton so that I could animate it easier. And everything was going fine up until last night. For some reason, it kept sliding about on the bones and stuff, and every time I saved the bone position, it would just go down, down, down some more. So I figured I did something wrong. So that's pretty much what I was experimenting with. And then the IKs eject. So I'm gonna turn my IKs on with the legs, right? And Go into pose mode. Into pose mode. See what I mean? It's like no respect, no respect. Skin weight mode. See it goes up, and then going into pose mode, it does nothing. So that's just some issues I was having. I really like this model, and I don't want to lose her. But I gotta start over from scratch and see where I went wrong, because that's usually the best way. When something goes south, you just start over again. And then see what went wrong, and hopefully it goes better this time, instead of sitting here trying to troubleshoot it. That's usually my method. So I figure if I'm going to start it over, I might as well document it. That way, it makes it a lot easier. Maybe somebody watching can put some input in. I'm also watching Hotel Impossible, kind of listening to that on the side. So I'm going to turn it down a bit so they don't hit me with nothing. Show is great. I've been sitting here watching that all night. So what I'm going to do is show you my process, and maybe somebody watching can put some input in. I mean, this is whole new to me, so whatever. So I already made my character and I exported it out, and I got the cats plugin, which is so much fun. It's so much fun, and cats makes it a lot easier than the old GitHub thing that gift GLB importer that we used to use. No, that's garbage. This is the biz. It's like they took that and then they improved on it like 20,000%. I'll turn this off. I got a feeling I'm gonna get shut off if I have that on. So I'm gonna just click the import model, and I'm gonna go find my character. I think the one I had was the grain, but Big Sis has the pretty hair, so I'm gonna go with Big Sis. Give it a minute to bring it in, because I could design a whole new character, but I think the hubby may have jacked me for the charger that goes into my tablet, so you can't be using it. Okay, so when you import your VROID in, you see it's like this. This is the skeleton. In fact, they actually let you put the materials in there so you can see her prettier. Okay, so this is the base skeleton. It's totally different from the other one I made. She's a lot taller and thicker because, I like thicker anime girls or characters as of late. So I'll jazz her up later. And you see this is the simple skeleton that they gave you, like hand bones, torso, legs, the two boob bones that I told you about. Like, look, two. So you got one that moves the boob around, and then one, I guess, is for jiggling and oop, oop, oof, oof. Yeah, brown anime girls. So, a little backstory on her. She's a Pokemon trainer, from Snowpoint. So that's in the Sinnoh region. Main Pokemon is a Milotic. That's why her hair has the same, like Milotic-ish hair thingy. And it was supposed to spread out in the back like Milotic's fan, like his fantail. So that's what I was trying to do, be all artsy like that. And it's a whole story about her, but I'm sure you guys don't want to hear about my 10 to 12 year fan fiction. You'll have to watch it once I figure out how to get it done. Alright, so I have to, of course, jazz her up, because when you go into edit mode, alright, right now it's on full bright, so you can't see. If I go into solid, you'll see there's cuts on her legs, and I don't like that. And then, she's full of triangles, which, I feel like that dorkly thing, like, oh, you don't know about it. It's part of my fan fiction. He's like, I didn't read it. Yeah, it's a ukulele ballad. Shall I play it? Maybe I should do my fan fiction in a ukulele ballad. Okay, so back to this. So I'm just gonna do a few little tricks to fix this up. So I'm just gonna go. Wait. I had screen share once upon a time. Up there, it display. Okay. So I'm gonna just clean her up a little bit, and I'm just gonna do Alt J and get rid of those, and make sure you press the compare. So now it's quadded out, which is all the rage. And then I'm gonna remove the doubles so that when we go into object mode, you see the line, and her thighs are gone. See, with the doubles, without the doubles. So yeah, that. Then I went on to start smoothing it because I don't really like when you got your hip bones, the pelvis bones poking out on the side. I know that's a sign of like high class anime when you got hip bones and thigh gaps, but my avatars are always a lot thicker or something like that, like a little like that. I mean, I can go into this, but I'm not in the mood to go into it. I'll probably do it later. Then came the hard part because I tried to work with it. I talked to Twixar and he showed me how to do IKs. I watched videos on how to do IKs. Twixar came in here and showed me how to do IKs properly because I was messing that up. There's a giant ass root bone. God, I gotta fix that. And I tried to work with it, but like I said, this is the simple skeleton. So if I wanted to add more to the avatar, like give them wings or give them a tail or something like that, because it's an anime character, they got wings, they got tails, I would probably have to extrude it and make my own wing bones and my own tailbone, which might not be such a bad idea now that I think about it. But whatever. The only real reason why I wanted to use a Second Life skeleton over that is that I have more Second Life resources. For example, if we were to export Second Life animations, I can use that in a project instead of trying to animate it myself. We have like such an abundance of Second Life stuff. Also, if there's clothes that I have or something in Second Life, we can just slide it on over onto this avatar rather than there. So there's a lot of pros to doing a Second Life skeleton on this rather than using the default skeleton. Yeah, and that. The con that I was worried about the most is that the face already has sliders on it. So you can, there's no bones in like the blinking or anything like that. It's all slider based. So I'm going to turn my materials on so you can see that. So here's my Evie. And, I'm going to select her face and then go into here. They already did the work for you, and she's got shape keys for, let me see, the all mouth. So everything is like already done. So here's her happy fun face. The one that I like the most is the joy. I always have the all joy one on the most. So face, all sorrow, all joy. This is like my favorite face that they have here. And my eyebrows went away for some reason. I'm so happy my eyebrows shot off my face. They're like way up there. That's a little out of the ordinary. But the other one was, you know what? Hang on. We'll have the best of both worlds like I did before. I'm going to steal this one's hair. And then, let's see. I am going bring in the one that I did the best with, the grain. So, in a nutshell, I was afraid that I was going to lose that by transferring it over to the second life skeleton. But after I did it, it turns out that the, shape key stays in there as long as I don't mess with it. So here's her. She's a little less brown because I forgot what numbers I put into there to get that one. But she's got more of that elongated face, like Lupin style. That's what I was going for with this. 'Cause I wanted her to be like a clear adult. I didn't want her to have the short face, chubby cheeks and stuff, because that's kind of childish. She's supposed to be the older sister in the story. So that's how this one came. So I'm just going to scoop this over here real quick and select her head. And let's see. Okay, so all joy. There you go. That's what all joy is supposed to look like. The eyebrows ain't supposed to shoot up. I think it only broke because the file I used was from an older VROID and not the latest one, so it may not have agreed with the changes. But this is the face that I've been using the most to describe it, because I think this joy one is so cute, and that's just how the face is already animated for you, so you don't have to do it like Second Life, where we had bones on the lips, bones on the tongue, bones on the everything. I mean, maybe later on we could put the tongue in there so that you can go bleh or something like that. But so far I really do like shape keys, because that's how I learned how to animate mouths before I got dumped into the nonsense that is Second Life. Now this hair, I don't know what I was thinking with this hair. It's not a bad hair, it's just not that Milotic hair. So I'm gonna scoop this on over, go to our original hair that we swiped, put that over there. And because what I was hoping for, like, I'm working on this project, and what I was hoping for is that I can create a Pokemon story, get it animated, because I do like this. This brown is really more of a Lola brown anyway. If you look at the brown characters you get to make in Pokemon Sun and Moon, this is usually the brown. This one, and then there's one shade darker. Anyway, my kind of dream was that once we get the system going and know how to do it, I could say, okay guys, create your Pokemon, create your characters, and then have you guys in the background as NPCs or random trainers. Have it be an interactive internet story. So the movie progresses like, oh, that's my character, I'm doing this and stuff like that. I thought that would be fun because, you don't really see stuff like that. So that's kind of the scope of this. I'm trying to learn how to make movies and how to do it in Blender and do the thing. But anyway, back to the current dilemma that I have here. I want to transfer the skeleton over. So I'm going to go to the second layer here, and I'm going to add in... Yeah, like, wouldn't that be fun? To get a whole interactive community going, making a Pokemon movie and stuff like that. Because if I create the characters, they're all going to kind of sort of look the same. I mean, I got an MO, so it's like, yeah, we all look the same. So having different people submit their stuff and then adding that in, I think that'd be nice. That way the characters look different and have their own personalities and, make it a big community thing. Before Nintendo gives us a cease and desist. That's what I'm going for. A cease and desist. You know you're good when you get a cease and desist. And a Nintendo cease and desist. Man. Alright. So I'm going to add in a Second Life avatar with an extended skeleton. That way I get the hand bones and all the rest of that jazz. And because I had the materials on, it's going to be black, which I don't need right now. So we got to scale the skeleton down so that it matches our avatar. So let's get right. Okay. Alright, there we go. So I'm gonna scale it down so that the head and neck match, because that's usually the most important. Then I'm gonna select the bones. Bro, I don't remember what the bones were like. I've only been gone for a few days and I totally forgot how to use Avastar. I'm like, and then you select the bones. Actually, this avatar is a little too short. It's gotta be up more. I'm like, oh, how have you guys been? How's stuff been treating you? Gotta keep remember, I was only gone for a few days. It feels like a few months. It's funny because when I told my mom, like, that I quit Second Life, she kind of like, oh, why did you quit? Like, everybody, when they found out that I quit, they were all shocked. Like, what are you gonna do now? I'm like, I don't know. Watch the news, take a nap. I found this guy who bought my land, and he kind of like, he paid for it, but he's like, I like to pay for things cheaply. I don't pay the regular rate. And I'm like, how much is cheap? And he's like, So all in all, after I sold all my land, I got like $145 for all of it. And then after Second Life took their fees out of it, it dropped down to like $132. Oh, my family knows I play Second Life. That was all I did for years. And my mom used to brag about, like, take pictures. Like, when I would post pictures of my avatar and the stuff that I made, she would post it on her Facebook. Like, oh, look what my baby did. Isn't she cool? Of course, my brother would beat me out because he knew how to use Blender for real, and he would make movies. And his stuff was all animated and stuff like that, like super animated. He would draw in the Samurai Jack-like style and make really cool animes. And I made a picture. I'm like, well, I rigged the butt. Let's see you do that. And being a little jerk that he is, he like animated his girl twerking, and it's like, well, I animated a butt. I'm like, god damn it. My bro. Alright, so I got that skeleton done, lined up right. I'm gonna add in another. If he wasn't so like busy with work and stuff, I would just ask him to teach me how to animate movies properly, but I don't know. It's hard. What is this? A furry? Are you a furry? I remember I had that conversation with my mom once. Like, when I first started dating Dave. Like, back in the day, I've when I first started dating the hubby, I've only, like, somewhat sort of kind of knew about furries because I met a few guys online, and they had that super greasy, muscular, furry, harsh colored furry ladies, and they were just scary and kind of gross to me. So I was like, oh, okay. I told you guys that because the guy was like, I like Yiffy. And I'm like, oh, you mean Yuffie, from Final Fantasy. I get you, she's cute. And he's like, no, I like Yiffy. And I'm like, okay. So he shows me this muscular, oily fur lady. And I'm kind of grossed out by it. And then I meet another guy later on, and he's into the exact same artist. I don't know if this was a popular artist back then. And I'm like, okay, this is gross. Because he was creepy. So I was like, okay, sure, no, you're not weird. This is hot. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. That is hot. So when the hubby, I meet him, and he's like, I guess I should just tell you. And I'm like, what? Something about me. Now I'm thinking like he's like, oh, I'm gay or something like that. I'm like, okay, I can deal. I don't mind. He's cute. And he's like, and he's just so dramatic. He like puts his hands in his face, and he looks down and then away and then back at me. And he's like, I'm a furry. So my mind is like instantly going back to the creepy guys with the muscular fur ladies. And I'm like, oh, I see. And he's like, do you not like furries? Is that bad? And I'm like, no. That's not bad at all. So he's super happy. He's hugging me. And then I go home, and I'm just like riding on the bus, looking out the window, like with my hand on my mouth, like I knew it. I knew something was going wrong with him. He's too perfect. Damn, he's a furry. What do I do? And of course, I don't know what to do. So I go talk to my mom, and I'm like, Mom, I got a problem with the guy I just started dating. She's like, oh, Dave? What's wrong with him? He seems nice. And I'm like, well, there's something he's into something a little wrong. And she's like, is he gay? And I'm like, no, Mom, and I'm just like kind of like whispering, and I'm like, he's a furry. And she's like staring at me like these big blank eyes, like, what is that? Like, she's like, what is that? I'm like, oh, nothing, Mom, nothing. It's nothing. So I leave. And I'm like, well, that's going to be an awkward conversation later on. So she comes to me and she's like, so I Googled furry, and he seems nice. I don't see what's wrong with it. I'm like, okay, Mom, thanks. And she's like, are you a furry too? I'm like, no, Mom. She's like, because if you are, it's okay. I'm like, Mom, I'm not a furry. Stop it. So she's like, oh, okay. Well, some people just like some things. It's not a big deal. It's like the way you were doing. I thought you were like, oh, he's a child molester, or he's gay, or something like that. Whatever. Men like weird things. So I'm like, oh, well, I guess it's true. Men like weird things. Of course, that's not the most awkward. Of course, that's not, the most awkward thing my mom had Googled. That I died with. I forgot to tell you what I'm doing. Well, what I'm doing here. So I'm selecting the bones, and I'm renaming them to the Second Life bone names. So it's like Jipid to this. and that way I don't have to re-rig it. It's already weighted. So instead of re-rigging the whole body, all we have to do is just change the names over and then put it onto the Second Life thing. So that saves time, but it's so tedious. I put a notice out looking for somebody who can write scripts. So maybe in the future, all we have to do is just push a button and it just instantly rename it. But speaking of like awkward mom Googles, I think the most awkward thing happened when my mom went to go pick up an IKEA couch from Craigslist. So, this is back when Craigslist was like a big thing, sometime in like 2007, 2006, 2005, something like that. And there was this guy giving away a free IKEA white couch, like the really white square one, the traditional IKEA couch that everybody had back then. And so she's like, okay, see you later. I'm going to go pick up this couch thing. And I'm like, okay, see you, Mom. She leaves to go pick up the couch. And she comes back and she's like, oh, hey, guess what? It was a cute Asian guy who was giving away that couch. And I'm like, oh, okay. Thinking she's just telling me maybe she knows that I'm looking for an Asian boyfriend or something. And she's like, yeah, he's really nice. But, let me, she stops for a minute. She's like that. She's like, wait, let me, And I'm like, what? She's like, well, it was something that he said to me. I don't know if it was a compliment or an insult. And I'm like, okay, what did he say to you? She's like, well, you know what people say, what like slang and junk, right? I'm like, yeah. So, what does a MILF mean? And I just died, like right there. It was like one of those GTA things, soul flying out of my body. I can't believe she just asked me that. Hold up, I think that's her walking by. Ma? Okay, it's just jump. I can keep talking about my mom now. So, I'm just dead. So out of my body. And she's like, what? What? What does that mean? I'm like, and she's like, well, what does it mean? Do you know what it means? I'm like, yes. And she's like, was he insulting me? I'm like, not really, no, but that's kind of rude. So she's like, you know what? Forget it. So she goes and she Googles it. So she's like, oh, well, maybe. I don't know. He was kind of young, but you know. I'm like, Mom! Oh my God! Stop it! She's like, what? What? He was cute. I might go back down there and see if he got any more couches. I'm like, my life. So I think that was the most awkward thing I had to look up for my mom. I was like, Mom, get off Google. You're not allowed to Google stuff like that. So that's what happened. I hate this process so much. It takes so long. I can only hope that somebody replies back to my ad for a scripter. You know what? Let me see if I can just. Much better. So sorry for boring y'all with my stupid family stories. Oh, this process takes so long. I should have hip right. Well, I figure you'd rather hear that than, whatever. Funny zero stories. Another thing that I learned about this transfer is that the bones inside here, she has too many bones in her torso. So I need to replace that before we move on. Because Second Life only has three mid bone, like torso bones, pelvis, stomach, and chest. And this one has 4. So it's like spine, chest, and chest. And it's actually, this was top chest. So I had to select the spine bone and get rid of that, and then do some cosmetic surgery here and grab her hip bones that's in here and pull this up to her belly button. That's usually a good break point. And then I'm gonna try to cheesy and move this straight down. And this is gonna be her new stomach. We're gonna select this chest area here. GX, GZ, and it's just gonna be right here below, like right here at her rib cage. So that's usually where I like to put the bones at. So right here, chest, so that this moves back and forth, bending here at her middle point, and then being right here her solid pelvis. Of course, they're all off center because I didn't move them on the axis, so blood to me. Just pull that back. Try to keep the heads touching. It sounds dirty, doesn't it? But because we moved it, so because I moved it, you see it's been a little weird. So we're just gonna have to do some quick weight painting, but that's not like horrible. So we just selected weight paint here, and then right here. Automatic weight painting for the win. So now you see she's bending a lot better. I think we may have to move it. But don't worry about the boobs. We're going to fix that when the Second Life thing kicks in. So most importantly is making sure she can bend it all the right places. And this is her hips, so that's going to be her pelvis. Everything's fine. Has anybody tried playing with VROID before? See how that works? I love it. Alright, so now we need our upper. Left collar, shoulder left, shoulder right, neck. I need my head. digging all that spiny nonsense. At least we're on the radio. You can. Alright, so head. This this is the brutal. This is the hard. Is to put all the finger bones in here. They do have an extra finger, but as you can see, it's not rigged. It's really fun. It's not like hard or anything. It's all sliders based. So you just keep editing the sliders until you get what you want. This is the one song I wish I could sing, but I cannot get up that high. Curse this deep manly voice. You can push yourself to the limit. Strong and jump with me. There's a mirror bone name in here, but I am afraid to put it on. Like, try it. Because this is another issue for the skeleton, why I wanted to change it in the first place. Is because it has no mirror. How do what? That's sultry. That's a fancy word for man. In theory, with the bone names this way, you could just import them into Second Life. I mean, technically it has the skeleton, right? So you don't have to rig it. And of course that doesn't have any of the names because I didn't press enter. That's one thing you gotta remember when you're changing the bone name. You gotta press enter with each one. You can't just click, go, click, go. I did a whole hand like that. Magic, darling. Simply magic. But just in case I get shut off for listening to music, I'll be moving over to my Milky Bunny channel. So remember, that's how I got suspended before. I had accidentally went over to a Gordon Ramsay link that somebody had posted. And YouTube was like, you got music, you got a Gordon Ramsay, get out of here, you're done. Oh dang, I put this on the wrong finger. So I got suspended for 3 months. Because it was just like somebody reported me, I guess. I don't know. But they hit me all at once. So it was like, you have music, 2 songs that are restricted on the list. So that's a copyright strike. Then you got Gordon Ramsay on here. That's another copyright strike. That's it. 3 month suspension. No live streams for you. And that happened just as I was going on to SLB. Oh, SLB. I was setting up for that, like training to do a music show for SLB. That's why I was so hell-bent on getting that mocap done. Yeah, well, I guess that's the way things work now, don't it? I was going to sign up for SLB to do a music show. And I was going to register myself as 0 in the copy bots. who knows? A lot of things happen between now and then. Maybe I'll finally get some income and I can pay for Second Life on my own, and then I could come back. At least you on the radio. At least you on the radio. Alright. I can't drive. But maybe I should. If I gotta get my glasses, a ID, and then a driver's license, and then a car, and then I can do Uber. I mean, that'd probably be good for me. I can go to all the thrift stores by myself without needing an escort. Yeah, it was going to be Zero and the copy bots, and it was going to be a gym and a hologram kind of thing. Huh, neat. Just gotta get I just gotta get a bike. Like when before Dave had his car, he was gonna use his bike to go to work. So we ordered this bike on eBay, and they're like, it's a bike, you just gotta assemble it. And I'm like, well, how hard can it be to assemble a bike? I put the bike together, and you could pedal, but the wheel wouldn't turn, and the brakes didn't work. So, everything was connected the way it looked. It's just the brakes wouldn't work. The wheel would turn, but the pedal wouldn't go. The chain was on it. It just wouldn't work. So it was just kind of like, well, from now on we hire a professional to put the bike on. Part of me wonder if it would have just been faster if I just re-rigged this. Yep. See you later. Thanks for hanging out with me. Get out. Is that why it wasn't working? The wheel was on backwards? Wait till I tell Dave, like, hey babe, I put the wheel on backward. That's why it wasn't working. I hope that's why it was. That'd have been super hilarious. The only reason that thing didn't work is because the wheel was on backwards. That's an ongoing joke with us. I'm like, look, at least it's not a bike, okay? Oh no, what'd I do? Go back. Oh no. Fuck. I broke my skull. I lost my skeleton. I have lost my skeleton. I don't even know what to say about that. Wait, we'll find the skeleton. Like, it's there. I lost my grid too. Oh, so it's only in this window where that's happening. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. There we go. Problem solved. Let's go back and make a new window. Put this over here. Hit save. Yeah, I'm sort of back. I mean, just because I'm not in Second Life doesn't mean that I have to stop creating. Something I figured out. One thing is I was laughing at with my honey, because I was like, I don't really like my voice. I would like it if my voice was kind of like deeper, because it's weird, kind of like childish, I guess. And I'm like, you know what would be cool if I had that deep, what's her name voice? Come on, y'all know who I'm talking about. Tall lady, gray hair. She's on the Golden Girls. B. Arthur. Yeah, if I had that deep B. Arthur voice. That'd be hot. I'd be making all the money in voice acting. Imagine that voice on like the Dirty Lines. Huh, where'd it go? Oh, there we go. Hand ring. Let's put this in. Pull this over. Hand ring one. Ring. Okay. So that's where we are. Right here. So, yeah, like I said about the skeleton, I'll be able to show you as soon as I put this pinky on. See? Okay. So I think that's all the bones. We should be good. Collar right, collar left, collar right, collar left. Yeah. I could just cheat, just look at the vertex group. Come on. Vertex groups. Okay, we're leaving the boobs alone. That's fine. Bust. Wrist weight, pinky, right. Toe base. I think that is toe base, yeah. Thank you, honey. I appreciate it. What do you mean ankle? Oh, wait. Ankle left and foot left. Alright, there we go. So, we have everything lined up in here. Foot, hip, nose, suspicious bones upside the boobs, because we don't matter. We're going to just redo those anyway. Chest. Okay. So we got the Second Life thing going in here. Everything is fine. And like, let me show you why I did all this. Because when it comes to animating, so like say I put my arm down right here, and I want to go into the option where you can copy the pose and then mirror it. If you mirror it, what the hell? I guess it was a naming issue why it didn't work. And if that's the case, that means that I could have did that mirror switch thing. Well, you learn something every day, don't you? I feel like that Guilty Gear Surrender. If you don't know what that is, let's see. Just that's pretty much how I feel. Just like anyway, guess it was just an error. Whatever. We'll have to deal with that later. Alright, so that's that skeleton. That's this skeleton. This is the Second Life skeleton. I'm going to put this skeleton on another layer. Select this body. Throw it in the trash layer. Take this, and then this, and then this. Then put these bones to rest. Then we are going to Second Life skeleton and you. See how that fits? Pretty nice. Alright, this is where it started getting funky. So I select the body, and let me see which skeleton name is this. It's just avatar, the body, and so now skeleton, put it into avatar. Then do the same thing for her face and her hair. Face and her hair. And now we can close this window because we don't need it. Hey John. Sup? Let's see. Select bones, go into pose mode, and you see it's pretty much working. I mean, that's gonna happen because there's no boob weights there, but we'll change that in a second. So it's only gonna be ugly. Yeah, I will save. The bending is fine. Everything looks pretty good. I'm going to save this as, in case I mess up. Hit entitle. You know what I suddenly got the craving for? Like, whenever I work, I get hungry. And, like, right now, I really want some potato salad. Like, I'm thinking about that right now. Only because my uncle made it for Thanksgiving. And I really need to ask him for the recipe for that. Okay. Food cravings away. Let's go into skin weight. And we are going to dig in this stupid thing because it's Avatar 2. Enable value. And, oh, her boobs are still flat. I didn't fix it yet. That's right. So we're going to weight paint. And I'm going to give her some bust. So I'm just going to cheat. Automatic weights. Automatic weights. So now when we move her hand, she's not really that, but I don't really like the way that bone is positioned. So we go back into edit mode. Didn't we do this already? Remove doubles? Guess not. Yeah, and then we gotta go right back into naming the bones again. So I'm gonna move these bones about. I'm gonna pull her clavicles in and her arm bone, and make sure we put that mirror X thing on there. There we go. Just slide it on over into the joint thing. Try moving her arm now. and that bends a lot better than what it was just now. And I gotta do the same thing for her knees. Hopefully we won't run into that issue I had before. So I'm gonna go G and Y, nope, G and Z, and slide it up to her knees. And I'm gonna take her feet. Scoot those in. So now we have a skeleton that I slightly like. Now remember Twixar was telling me before, well, maybe it's a good idea to put her bones inside her legs. It's always a good thing. So like that maybe. Alright, so whenever you move Avastar bones, you have to store the joint and limits and then snap it to rig. Like this, which she didn't shuffle down, which was good. Next. Wait, it did snap back. Second Life. Probably a good idea to put her bones back inside her legs again. It's probably because my mind is elsewhere, thinking about that sweet, sweet potato salad. Damn potato salad. Now I gotta look that up when this is done. Like, what is the recipe for potato salad? Tell me the secrets. What is that, like King Louis off of Jungle Book? King of the Swingers Man, Jungle VIP. What are our desires? Man's red flower, so I can. Ooh. I had to argue with somebody over the Jungle Book recently, because they were saying that King Louis' song, you know, "I Wanna Be Like You," is racist. And I'm like, oh my god, he's a monkey. They're talking about evolution, and he wants to be like man. He wants man's red flower. He's saying he wants man's fire, because fire is what they said would change monkeys into humans. Like, oh my god, people. And I was like, yeah, they said that once humans discovered fire, they became civilized and stuff. So he's saying he wants the fire too, so that the monkeys can be like humans. That's what he's saying. Like, no, you're looking at it the literal way. You're not reading between the lines what they're really saying. Like, oh my god. But you know, these are the crazy ultra black people, so nobody pays attention to them. Alright, I have this problem with hands, even with Second Life. I always line them up absolutely perfect, and then they're actually below the finger. I know, right? I'm like, oh my god, not everything is racist. Stop it. So of course they whipped out the old, you know, like the crows and Dumbo. And like, you gonna tell me that this ain't racist? I'm like, look, I can understand where you're coming from, and you can view that as wholesome family racism. However, you gonna tell me that black people don't sit outside and laugh at people on the step? Y'all doing it right now. Well, yeah, I know. But I just like messing with them. They're nothing but old people anyway. So I just like messing with them. It was like I was waiting outside the Chinese place I like to go to, and they were sitting on the step. I was like, look, are y'all not sitting out on the step right now talking about people? Just like the crows was doing. As I was listening to the electro swing version of I Want to Be Like You. And that's when they commented on it, and thus that conversation began. Yeah, I know. But I just wanted to make fun of some old black dudes while I was out there waiting for my damn chicken to get done. Okay. Get out! I never heard that before. But you know, it makes sense. Oh my god. Oh my head. It makes all the sense. Wow. WTF? I know this was aligned. Well, I'm the king of the swingers mall, jungle VIP. Yeah, I know, right? Now I gotta tell Dave when he comes in, like, yo, guess what? Add to my brother. He loves King Kong. Hell yeah, we'll be right back. Clup, clup, clup. Alright. She should be good. Right? So let me see. Ooh! Look at that elbow bend. That's terrible. I haven't seen any of the recent remakes or anything like that. Too far up. Nah, good enough. Yo, why does that keep happening? The hands keep slipping out of the body. And I'm sure I have it. Alright, maybe that's the button I needed to push. And we're in pose mode too, so save. Alright. So far, success. Now we're going to need to talk about that which was getting me in the first place. And that is the she dab on you. Totally. Alright, so what we need to do is see if it breaks, so we go into pose mode. No, it looks like everything stayed in there. Why is her Oh! We'll have to fix that. Let's see. Legs, which is what I was having an issue with. Yay! I mean, her legs been terribly, but I reckon we can probably fix that. And her face. The thing is, the eye case sort of kind of work. I had that issue even when I was like, you know. Alright, we need to fix this. This is her pelvis bone. What the hell is... Alright, skin weights. forgot what to do. I'm in edit mode. I need to save joint edits. See, it does shift. Every time you press it, it goes forward. That was the issue I had before. I don't know why it does that. See, I'm not used to this MD2. Like, Marvelous Angel. Everstar 2. Stupid. So the only solution I can think of is push it back. Then snap to. And it goes back! Wait, then the store joint limits. Snap to rig. Her knees outside her. God damn. Yep, this was the issue that I was having before. So what I want to do is save it, right? But this is what I didn't want to do, like write the guide and then have people bouncing back and forth between avatars. I want to make it easy for everybody because, you know, I know not everybody's going to be like, you know, Second Life people willing to jump back and forth between stuff. Why isn't this working? Okay. But the IKs are a lot better in here than it is in there. So I wonder if it's just going to mean that I have to create a skeleton and put it in here and then say use. But that won't help with the I don't know. But you gotta admit, look how pretty those IKs are. Oh, yeah, her face. I know that's a little disturbing, so we can fix that now, right? Let's fix that face. And let's listen to some music. It's a little quiet. Another song that I downloaded recently I want to jam to. Maybe. Alright, hang on. We're gonna fix the eyes. No dying. Oof. And our. I think we broke the face. We broke the face. Alright, let's fix her face. First thing we do is to select her head and then move it to a different layer. That way, when they make sure they see the sun. Goodbye, my man. They say goodbye. Alright, so I need to turn the materials back on. And I'm going to get the stuff out of the way to make it easier. We're going to rig her eyes. So let's see. A Living Tombstone remix. So we want to get everything that's on the face that's just going to be rigged to the head in one layer, and the stuff that's going to need to be on eyes on a different layer, which is just usually, whoops, get out of here, face. So which is just the eyes and the sparkly eye thingy here. These are going to be joined. Select those and join. Goodbye. And these are all on the face, so we don't need to do anything with that, so I'm just going to join those. We're going to activate our skeleton, which I'm hoping is the right one. Nope, this is the original skeleton, which you don't need. So we're just going to put that in the trash layer. Find our second life skeleton. No eyes today. Let's work on the head. So select these. Go to weight paint. Find her head, which is right there. And just make all this red. Make sure you turn off that masking crap. Okay. And then we do the same thing to her face. Make all that red on the head. Select those together. Join. And then once we're done with that, we're just going to sling it back to the first layer. So now when we move her head and stuff, you see it's not, whoa, that neck, I'm going to have to fix that too. And then the eyes, we can weight paint those real quick while we're here. I love you, Zoe. Is that what you call it? Yeah, a Living Tombstone remix. Alright, so eyes. Same thing. They need to be pretty low. Like, barely blue. Under 90 is probably fine. I'm gonna select eye. That's alt eyeball. We don't want that. We want not that either. There we go. Lot. Eye. So this gets a little bit of weight. So now goes on that. And we select this one. Give it a little bit of weight on that. And then we don't want the eyes going googly. So we're going to select the head bone. Make that 100. Reel them in. So now they're set. We're going to put these on 1. Add them to the head. Push join. I think I just rigged it to put it to the hair. Right, on the face, please. Join. And so now we'll move our head. No dragging. Great. But as you saw here, we gotta fix this neck, bro. Look at that. Gross. So back in the edit mode, and I'm gonna slide down these bones. And we're gonna put the neck right here. I kind of like to put the neck kind of in the middle, so that this was head and that's neck. Okay. And then we go into pose mode, weight paint, automatic from bones, so it gets that automatic neck. That's kind of weird too, don't you think? Okay, so we can pull it, the neck bone up a little more. And there we go. Chest is still there. That was missing a little bit. Come on, brain, keep it going. We're on a roll. Oh, really? Skin. Calling the world from isolation. Oh yeah, well, we gotta fix that anyway. So, grab her hair. You got this. Yeah. Should be true. Alright, so it's got a little bit of back, which we can fix. No problem. There you go. Look at all that back. And I know that she has a butt hump. Oh, she doesn't in this version. Hot dang. Before she had like a hump right here, and I had to heat it up so that it goes with her back. Looks like we're doing pretty good. And now we gotta fix the hair, cause you know, not that hair, stolen hair, which I lost. There we go. Alright, now my bones. So if I move her neck, you see her head goes this way, hair ain't staying in place, which is good because we know how to fix stuff like that through all our intensive Second Life stuff. So what we need to do is find her root, which is her pelvis. So select hair, select the pelvis. Then we go to tools. Let's see again. I'm on a. Oh yeah, don't waste your data on this crap. Come back when we got something good. It's good to be back again. So put a little bit of gradient up here. Move her neck, put it down. Select her head. Turn the weight down. Go back to our gradient. And pull it up. Alright, so about that gradient. We may need to pull her hair out some more anyway, because they compensate for clothes. Turn it up. Double up. There we go. Ta-da! Art. There we go. So her hair is done, her bones are done, I think. Weights are good. We can probably save. I would do one just in case I did something wrong. I gotta test that out again. She is jumping, I think. Hi? Yeah. Hey, Ma. Okay. So we're in pose mode. There should be the thingamajigs. And why are those bones still showing? And that knee, man. Alright, something's missing. There should be pose. We should have the option for IKs on the side. Oh, well, maybe that'll help. Yeah, that did help. We were in weight pain mode. So, let's see. The IKs work, but that knee is bad. Let's see if we can try pushing it back some more. We're almost done. We almost got a easy peasy. Well, that's like what I'm saying. Like, yeah, and that's all you have to do. But no. For some reason, it's never this easy. Never easy. The theory is easy, but the process, not so much. I remember somebody telling me even back then, you have to save the stuff, but I don't remember. Well, this is what we save. I guess that's as good as it's gonna get for right now, till I learn more. Now, the issue I was thinking about was how would rigging clothes work on this? I had a t-shirt I made for the sister. By the way, I love the way this t-shirt came out. Very pretty. So she's got like the basic shape, just missing all the bust. So we'll just put that on here. Fuck! Yeah! Ah! Okay. Alright, so that's something different. So the reason why it does that is because I've rigged it in pose mode. So if I use... Hey, what happened to my hair? Well, that's unexpected. Maybe I shouldn't have used pelvis mode. And instead, I should have used... Let's see... Instead of pelvis, I'm going to use M-torso. M-torso. Wait, spine. Get out of here, damn spine. There we go. Well, alright. I guess the issue I was having is because it has to be on weight painting. It's like basic 101 SpongeBob. Maybe that wasn't a good idea either. Maybe M chest. The hair I had before was just gorgeous. I don't know why this one is deciding not to work with me. But anyway, we'll deal with that later. But for now, I think this is fine. Now we just gotta, jazz her sister up a bit. Like, bro, look at these boobies. Time for sculpt mode. My favorite. So hips in a little bit. Then I'm going to use blob because all my characters have the boobies. So, wow, this came out nice. We're going to pull this up a little bit. Pull them in a little bit. There. Smooth. Pull out. Because the actual creator has a limit on how big you can make your avatar's boobs. Which sucks. So I'm going to give her hips. Rib cage. Some hips. And thicken the legs, the calves, because that's hot. Smooth out her ankles. Just a bit, like so. And then we puff up her arms because she can't have a big body and tiny arms. And something like that. Let me see her hands. It's too fat. Oh, cool. Okay. Too much sausage neck. Smooth it out. Smooth. Puff. And this. Alright, now she's a thick lady. Yay! Wait. Yay! Oh no! It's good in the front, but not in the back. Oh, because I kind of thickened her up. That's why I don't fit. No problem, just some minor tailoring. Hey, couldn't even tell. and then material. Yeah, there's my thick black anime girl. But one thing I don't understand is materials. I wonder how they do that. Like, this has no material on it. This has materials. So, okay, so let's say I experiment real quick. So I'm just going to go into solid. And then I'm going to move this over here and create a new window. So we have a rough t-shirt. I'm going to save the image. Okay. Yeah, okay. So we may have it. Damn it. I never did materials before like this. So I guess that's something else I'll have to study. Image remove here. Image, single image. Okay. Image, single image. Show alpha. Does anybody know how to apply materials? Flat, 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 flat. Single image, single image. Well, this one has all the materials on it, right? But this one doesn't have any of that. So maybe I'm doing something wrong. Me too. I'm such a noob at texture. Like whenever I did edit mode, select the faces you want, material, section, apply. Yeah, that's what I usually do. And it will show up if we were in textures like that. It'll show up. But if we wanted to do it via materials like that, it's like no, never. I hate that. I'm not supporting TMP. Mm. I know. I know it's easy. Someone's like, oh, you just do this. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Well, to the interwebs. Let's see. Make me go to Blender Guru.
Hey guys, and welcome to what's the right and this paper is kind of cubish. So let's just go pop this open and select cube projection. Node-based material system of the cycles rendering engine initial.
No cycle.
Your engine has been around longer, and thus there's a lot more visual feedback built. And you'll see this option that says material options, and we can do the things listed here and more in this menu here. Okay, so let's press new again, and notice that this time when I pressed new, that the material is called material 0.001, and that is because typically when you delete things in Blender, they won't be really dead and gone until you delete it and then save your file and then open up your file again. And this can be pretty annoying sometimes, but it's kind of a nice safeguard for the software itself. It helps prevent crashing, and it helps prevent different add-ons perform more advanced functions and stuff like that. If we click on this little button, which I said displays all the materials within the file, you'll see the first material we actually created has this little 0 by it. What that little 0 means is that this first material we created has no users. Basically, there's no objects anywhere in the scene that are using that material. So anything you see with the 0 by it, whether it's a material or an object or a blend flammy, Magoo, or what have you, this means that when you save the file, so right now if we were to press File and Save As, and I'll just save this on my desktop as my file here, save this Blender file, this means that when I open this back up, this material will be actually removed because it has no users. So if I were to go ahead and press File and quit, and then open up my file.blend, and then if I click back on the Material tab, and then we click here to see the file's total amount of materials, notice that that material is gone because there were no objects using it. Which gets us to this next little button, F here, which stands for fake user. And basically what that means is, hey, I don't care if the material is being used by an object or not, I want it available in my scene, whether or not it belongs to a cube or a Suzanne head or a character or a table or whatever. So if we were to press F on this material, notice this number switches to 2, and this is actually letting us know how many total users there are of this material. And so technically there are 2 users because we have this cube that's using it, and then we've also told Blender to give it a fake user hidden sort of in the background, so that if we ever delete this, it will still be in the file there. It looks like every other material slot we add, but then I can press this minus to remove it. First time that material was gone, this time it's still around. So I can actually click that. So here's our material here. So this button to the far right over here, this controls whether or not this material uses nodes. All materials that we create while in Cycles Render will be using nodes.
Yeah. I know, right? The horror.
Hello everybody, Chris here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to add a texture to an object inside the Blender rendering engine for Blender, of course. So with this object here, it's just the starting cube. You can go into texture mode, clicking around here. You can see that basically there's no texture assigned to it, it's just the model and that's it. Now how we go from this to being able to see something inside of texture view is that we just have to take this and UV unwrap it. So what I'm going to do is go up here to the top right hand corner and drag it out to create a new window. Pop or UV unwrap, but it's just going to be really simple. We're just going to leave it here as a default box unwrap for the cube, because generally void box that's just going to be fun. So now what we have here is basically it's UV unwrapped, but there's no texture showing up over it. So I'm going to select an image texture from somewhere on my computer, and I'll just grab one that's pretty on. So let's see textures, and this dark blue one texture. So basically drop that in, and now the boundaries of the box are basically overlapping with the texture, and whenever it's in the texture, it's going to show up here. Because it's just a simple object, it's going to pretty much work out just without really doing anything fancy. However, and we actually do have a base material here, which is, I would assume what's showing up there basically, but the problem is that there's no texture applied to it, so it's just a plain boring gray. So we can go up one step more on any object that has a material to the texture tab. Basically click to add a new one, or we can just take this default one and change it to an image or movie. By default, I believe it is image or movie, so if I hit new, image or movie is the type we're looking for. And yeah, I'll just change the original one over to images and movie as well. And at the very basic level, all you need to do is go down here where you'll find image and open it much in the same way that we did with the UV editing window. So clicking on that, finding a texture on our computer, which is going to be basically any JPEG or PNG that was created specifically for this, and combine it with the material to create our output right here. And yeah, that's basically the general idea there.
Whoa, I did the same thing!
This is a really, really simple texture. It's hard to go wrong when you're UV. And that is just at a basic level that should work here, and we can go through the render to kind of show up there. Of course, we can play around with the lighting and do some other stuff. So basically, drop that in, and now the boundaries of the box are basically overlapping with the texture, and whatever was in the texture is going to show up here. Because it's just a simple object, it's going to pretty much work out just fine with without really doing.
Oh, there it is. We fixed it! Yay! God, the shading, it was off, so it's no light, I guess. Now it's on. No, I don't know how it worked, but it worked. I don't know. Was it the emit? No, that's not. Okay, so the emit right here in the shading was down to 0. So it's no light shining on the texture whatsoever, so it's down. So we turn it up and it's like, hey, look, I'm a texture. Well, now we know. Okay. So now my avatar has a skeleton. She's got hair. I'm gonna give her some naughty bits later on, but probably not now. Jesus Christ, I can't believe it was that simple. I did save, right? Save. And now, there you go. I think that's a good way to end this. Because Dave is off work and I think he might start calling me in the next couple of minutes. So, now I have a happy, smiling anime girl with brown skin and big boobs who has a Second Life skeleton, a t-shirt, and a smile. I think that was a successful experiment, don't you think? I can't wait to start actually making clothes for her, though. Probably give her some sort of funny Pokemon shirt, though. Alright. Well, I guess that's it right now because Dave is going to call in a minute. And I'm sure you guys don't want to hear us talking on the phone. Talking about, groceries and trash. Alright, so I guess I'll see you in the next one. Next experiment. Hopefully I'll hash something out that makes us a little smoother for the average user. And I still got to study myself and figure out how we can make more movies. Because once we figure out, like, I already know how to animate. But once we get how to animate a camera and how to render out a movie, then we can start that Pokemon project. And I hope y'all take part in it too. Alright, well, until then though, I'll see you guys later. Have fun, and I hope your projects are still good looking. Good luck on your next projects. Whatever. See y'all.